Okay, everybody, start of a new week here on NDD, of course, brought to you by Fan Arch. I'm Pete Mulroy, and yes, it is a new week, but let's backtrack a little bit to last week and go through a little bit of a rundown of all the great work Marcus Freeman and his staff did in the recent portal window due to those collective efforts, and that's what they were. The blue and gold didn't just bring in talent for next season, they also solidified the future of the program, and that's huge. Bringing aboard a pair of former Ohio State wide receivers, for example, in Quincy Porter and Mylan Graham, the Irish added immense and untapped talent to a wide receiver room that, while incredibly gifted, could use another legitimate target on the outside, perhaps even an alpha. Focusing on Porter in particular, he's the type of guy at 6'4", 210 who can step onto the field and pose an immediate impact, especially since it's expected he's given a much larger role than one he had in Columbus, playing behind, of course, Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate, with Tate expected to be a first-round pick, probably a top 10 pick in the upcoming April NFL draft. Adding two receivers there with multiple years of eligibility to a room that already includes, as we know, Jaden Greathouse, Micah Gilbert, Jordan Faison, among others, not to mention an outstanding crop of incoming pass catchers from the 2026 class, paves the way for season after season of production. It really does. Not to mention with Heisman favorite C.J. Carr throwing him the football, these two gets were as big as they come. Now, defensively, the additions of D tackles Francis Brew, Tyone Gray, who complements one another so well, solidifies the middle of a Notre Dame defensive line that has been in need of a true conventional defensive tackle. Now they've got a couple of them. Gray's size at 6'6", 330, coupled with the athleticism of Brew, who in his own right has his own brand of force at 6'2", 280, sets Charlie Partridge's defensive lineup to wreak havoc on every opponent they're going to face. Couple that with a reunion of sorts with edge Keon Keeley, and Marcus Freeman really did a great job identifying areas of needed depth and filled them with players about as well as you possibly could have during that two-week portal, considering Notre Dame was active, but from a commit perspective, quiet for the first 7+ days. Let's also remember that each one of these commits, again, while coming in the second portion, the second week of that transfer window, minus McKinney, all have multiple years of eligibility remaining. Notre Dame, mind you, also hopes that they found their kicker the next couple of seasons. As a Big Ten honorable mention, Spencer Porath joins after 2 seasons with Purdue. He's going to have the leg up, no pun intended, in the competition with Eric Schmidt, who prior to the portal was Notre Dame's lone kicker on the roster. And you talk about all the additions here, defensive front, wide receiver, special teams. You also picked up 2 incredibly gifted players in the secondary, as Notre Dame, again, was looking to add purposeful depth to what is perhaps already the best unit in the country. And I touched on one of those guys very briefly, and that's DJ McKinney. From Oklahoma State a couple seasons ago, spent the last 2 at Colorado. This is a young man who played opposite Heisman winner Travis Hunter during the 2024 season for the Buffaloes. Brings a wealth of experience, intelligence, and athleticism to South Bend. And watching Travis Hunter, two-way player, doing the same thing before injury with the Jacksonville Jaguars, because teams would shy away from Hunter during his junior and senior campaigns, the nation got a look at just how talented McKinney was, particularly as it related to his overall speed. That includes his recovery speed and step-for-step cover skills. Fluid hips, quick feet. His skill set's only going to add to an Irish D-back room that is easily among the best, if not the best. I mean, it is the best, according to me, for what that's worth, in America, with Leonard Moore and Christian Gray back at your starting corners. An incredible 1-2 punch in a Don Schuler, Tay Johnson as your starting safeties. McKinney's addition adds another layer to the bunch, and it's a good one. He's a prototypical outside corner, but his ability to excel in man coverage perfectly fits what Notre Dame wants traditionally from its cornerbacks. Across the past 2 seasons in Boulder, accrued 95 tackles, 13 pass defenses, 4 picks, a forced fumble, and a score. So the stat sheet looks good, as did he on tape. And if you saw any Colorado games the past 2 seasons, you know exactly what I'm talking about. McKinney now arrives in South Bend looking to further elevate a group that has the leadership, the overall skill set and football IQ necessary to carry a defense throughout the entire season. Add in the incredible play the unit's going to receive from the first and second levels of Chris Ash's defense, and it should be one fun ride next year for Notre Dame as a whole, but really to watch this secondary take shape with the veteran leadership and talent they have there, with the incoming class from 2026, the Joey O'Briens of the world, Kari Adams, and now your portal guys. The second of which is Jaden Sanders, former Michigan defensive back. He arrives in South Bend with 3 seasons of eligibility remaining, and he's going to play a significant role this season, but he's also one of those arrivals who will absolutely factor greatly into the future of the Irish program, and that's big. There's a couple of guys that Notre Dame brought in with multiple years of eligibility here, so it's almost like poaching more guys from the conventional high school recruiting trail, and we know how good that 2026 class is. This past season in Ann Arbor, Sanders played in 12 games for a 9-3 Michigan team, 23 tackles, couple PBUs, and surrendered an average of 8.3 yards per reception. Even as a freshman, this is a kid that was quick to insert himself into the solid rotation corner for Michigan, and the Irish really like what they have in his abilities coming in. 6'1", $195, presents with solid length and an obvious desire, and you can see it when you watch, to put a licking on opposing backs and receivers. Perhaps best suited for the field position in Mike Mickens' secondary, Sanders' athleticism and versatility is going to be an incredible value and asset for this group, not to mention, and I don't think this should be undersold or understated, learning more from the likes of Gray, Leonard Moore, McKinney, is only going to help his continued progression and ascension as a high-level corner, because he's going to be a big part of the future here. The fit is outstanding, as is the remaining eligibility, again, which is 3 years beyond next season. So Notre Dame did a phenomenal job using the portal to supplement its incoming 2026 recruiting class. And I think we agree McKinney and Sanders undeniably major parts of that success. And I do want to wrap the opening show for the week, and I don't want to spend too much time here, but the College Football Playoff National Championship game tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Undefeated, top-ranked Indiana looks to cap what has been an incredible run under head coach Curt Cignetti, and this season with Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Fernando Mendoza. They're trying to end it with a victory over Miami. The Canes, of course, upended ND to open its season, and now find themselves 4 quarters away from winning its 6th title in school history, and the first since 2001, I should say. Personally, look, I think like most, I like Indiana in this game, but with the contest serving as sort of a de facto home game for the Canes, a tighter battle could take place, not to mention from a Miami perspective and just sports in general. Crazier things have happened, right, than a Miami victory. I mean, we've certainly seen bigger upsets than that. I think it was -8.5, the line in favor of Indiana to open. No surprise there. They've been boat racing teams the past couple of weeks, including what they did to a really good Oregon team in the national semifinals. So we'll see what happens tonight in the national title game, just a year removed from Notre Dame being in the national championship game. Of course, they went down to Ohio State. This second year of the 12-team playoff about to wrap up, and we'll know in a couple days' time leading later into this week if there will be an expansion of the college football playoff format, as that decision will be officially announced in a couple days' time. So we'll chat again tomorrow. For now, have a great rest of yours. Enjoy the game if you're going to watch it. Understandable if not. But as always, you know it by now. Go Irish.